Hey guys, happy Friday. So, how is everybody? Good, I hope, hopefully, yeah. Alright, I feel blurry, I feel very blurry. I don't know if it's my eyes, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just my eyes. There, I don't think I'm blurry. Okay, if you guys want, you guys can go up here to mysticamber.com and enter my name, RYANE, in all cap locks, and you can get a 10% off your entire purchase. Incredible. So, alright. Calling in the directions, so this is very, it sounds very Wiccan, but it's not, so don't worry, or I wouldn't be doing this. So, did you guys get the, it was a suggested video I put up here. A doctor analyzed Ed and Lorraine's body behavior and how they talked, and basically just everything that they did in their life was a lie. So, it's just funny, it's hilarious, because they were frauds, so... And I mean, everybody that, worked with them, and now that, since Ed died and Lorraine's dead, they are popping out of the woodwork, because obviously they didn't want to confront Ed. But Andrea Perron's father, Roger Perron, and Ed's a big guy. He knocked Ed on his yes. So, thank you, Roger Perron. And if you guys don't know who that is the father of the Perron family from the very first Conjuring, which is actually The Conjuring, that house. So, anyways, yeah. He's got some major kudos. I mean, major kudos with me. Roger, I love you to death. You're amazing. You stood up here for your family, and that's the biggest thing. That is the most amazing thing I like. They didn't even want a seance, and they had a seance against his will, and kaboom! I'm like, yes. Thank you, Andrea, for telling that story, or that truth, because it is the truth. Alright guys, so calling in the directions. Sounds very Wiccan, doesn't it? It's not. So, now once you have physically and energetically hollowed your compass using one or more of the tools discussed above, it is usual to anchor your space. So you're going to want to anchor your space in the physical into the other, the spiritual. So, yeah. Your circle in the physical realm and orient it according to sacred geometry. So this is normally done by calling upon spirits or energies, powers from different sections of the compass, and there are the 4 directions, north, south, east, and west. So each one does have its own guardian and all that, hoopla and good stuff. So some form of spiritual being that embodies the energy of a particular element can also be called upon at each direction, and these are then considered to remain throughout the ritual to channel that particular energy and guard or watch over that particular direction. So yeah, there's natural guardians, so you can't just tell a natural guardian of a place to go away. So, now in actuality, these energies always are already present. So what you're doing is bringing them in, is bringing them to the forefront of your awareness to better communicate and to work with them. So yeah, they're always here. They're never going away. You can't banish them. They're here to stay. They're natural forces. Now, in most modern-day practices, the directions are usually associated as follows: north, east, black, brown, east, air, yellow, south, fire, red, orange, west, water, blue, green, gray. So this format basically comes from the medieval grimoires and their learned books of magic, which derive ultimately from the Greek and Roman translations of ancient Middle Eastern texts. So, this is a little different though, guys. Now, they therefore come from a culture that is not only far in time from us, but in distance, ideology, and orientation, amongst others. So if you stand in Jerusalem, say, then yes, the greatest body of earth appears to the north. The desert winds come from the east, the burning sun is to the south, and the refreshing waters come from the west. But what of Britain? What about Britain? What about the United States? What about the places here? So, in traditional craft, these correspondences may or may not be followed depending on where you are. Now, in the country, that is. So, and if indeed the 4 classical elements are even called at all. So, I mean, we don't even do that mostly. No. So for example, in East Anglia, the nearest largest body of water is to the east. The hottest place is admittingly to the south, but the strongest winds come from the north. And the bulk of the landmass is to the west. So yeah, totally different. Regional. It's very regional, so you have got to make sure you pinpoint your directions and what, bodies of water are closest to whatever direction in your area when you're doing your, compass and hollowing it. So if you are elsewhere in the country, then obviously other correspondences will hold sway. Alternatively, if we go back in time, in our land, an English schematic illuminated manuscript dated to c. 1080 to 1090, showing astrological and elemental charts giving the following correspondences. These correspondences I resonate with most because they're abstract, they're wayward, they're not the ordinary stuff you would find in Wicca or any neo-pagan. And that is north, fire, red, east, earth, blue, south, water, green, west, air, white. And that's just kind of how I perceived it. I've always perceived it in that way. I don't know why. I just have. So, now, does that leave the individual crafter in calling, or where does this lead us? Where does lead us, the individual crafters, in, calling the directions? What does one call them? Where? Does anyone, or does one always have to have the same calling routine? Or can it be tailored to what is actually doing, what one is actually doing? Can deity or other spiritual beings be called at the directions instead of purely elemental energies? Good questions. The answer to these is very much depends on where you are and what you wish to hollow your compass for in the first place. As mentioned above, there's no need or even desire to stick to a rigid format every time, as this does not allow for any flexibility in your focus of work. That is why I love traditional craft. Now, or room for expansion and exploration. So what you call into your compass will determine and be determined by the type of work you are doing to perform. So now in traditional craft there are certain acknowledged energy forms or guardians that are associated with each direction. So yeah, every place has a natural guardian. Every cemetery has a natural guardian. Everybody's house has a natural guardian. So you don't even really have to make a guardian, or you can, meditate, go outside and, go on a meditative walk and actually, become in tune with these energies, and you can find out what they do, what they are. I have a priest here. I don't know what he's doing here, but he's a guardian. He told me a long time ago, and I remember telling you guys this. If I can find the video, I'll link it, and I'll put it up here in the above suggested video comment thingy at the top of my screen. But that was a long time ago, and I don't even know if I was in my right mind. But I do feel like there is still this priest here that guards the premises. He is literally between the cornfield and the pine trees. So he's a liminal being. So I guess, maybe he is a natural guardian. I don't know. But again, it could have just been how I perceived him. So however, each particular path within the craft looks at them slightly differently and may call upon them in a different manner depending on how it views them. Unless you are associated with a particular traditional lineage, this would not necessarily work for you. It does work for me because I am in the United States. I'm not in Cornwall, but I still go by Cornwall. The Cornish compass, always. So, right here, he says, I offer here you a guided meditation to help you decide what is appropriate for you to call upon at each direction and at your position in the land. So the results will not be the same for everybody, and will probably not correspond with what you read as being the correct. There's no correct in this. So Wiccans don't even correspondences in other books. So that's tomorrow we'll go on to the content of the actual rite and then the closing and statements and things. I don't have the guided meditation. So that's for you guys to do your homework on right there. Actually, it's very, very easy. I just got a new chair, and it's kind of, it's really new, and I'm falling. There we go. So it's really different. It's just, I like this chair. It's really nice. It's an Amazon basic chair. It's perfect. So, but it gives me really good back support. But yeah, you can just probably just sit down, quiet your mind, you know, take a few deep breaths, you know, center yourself, get into whatever it is that you want to do, and then think about your region. Like beforehand, before you do this, think about where the largest body of water is, where the hottest winds come from, you know, where the biggest land masses are, especially here in the United States. I mean, it would be northeast, southwest, so I mean, and then kind of contemplate and think about, you know, okay, so what is, you know, how do I feel about, you know, the north? What colors am I seeing? You know, what am I smelling? What am I feeling? Do that for each direction and see what you come up with. But keep it, if you're a traditional witch, keep it within a traditional witch context. Don't go out of your contexts, because that is not traditional craft. You will be just kind of, you know, bouncing along the other side like a dandelion before it turns into a dandelion. A little blow thing, whatever it is. So yes, I think that's very, very, very basic. And I mean, even with the elements, I mean, the elementals, they are archetypes. So we have that connection to Jung, with, you know, the all of his archetypes. So I'll link that video as well. So I mean, we can get psychological with this. We could get really psychological with this, but I'm not going to, because I'm already driving myself insane because of a Jungian psychology and depth psychology. You guys can see I have bags under my eyes. I feel like I'm like freaking Albert Einstein, and I just, yeah, I've got to take a break with the depth psychology, because it's driving me insane. And then I'm realizing in other people what's wrong with these people. Like, okay, their religious beliefs are so dogmatic, narrow-minded, dogmatic, and it's really hard to point that out to people when you really love them. So, all right, let's do some coffee talk. This is a really different chair. I've never had a chair like, see, it won't go back. My other one just went whoosh, and there I went, but not this time. Alright. Let's see. Come on, YouTube. Load for me. I love you. Candles came. So, Gustavo. I can't believe the candle. Everything's going up. Like my dad, he's a plumber, electrician, HVAC tech. I mean, he is like everything. He's you know, a handyman, and he's a really, you know, electrician, you know, plumbing, heating, plumbing, air conditioning, you know, all of that. Amazing. He is one of the smartest freaking people I have. Yeah. Well, it's my dad, so I'm gonna be in favor of my own dad. But I forget what I was gonna say. I don't know, I forget where I was going with that. It had something to do with this video, with the compass construct and all that, but I don't even remember. Alright. Let's see here. Go YouTube. Oh, I think I remember. It's just really interesting to have your dad, you know, to be able to, like, you know, learn about, you know, dowsing and stuff like that, because, you know, you have to do that, and, you know, there's a lot of explanations for what, you know, we would think would to be something extra natural, not super, but extra natural. There's just so much more to all of this than a lot of people want to believe, like manifestation. People just don't get it. I mean, people are, you know, people think the universe is, you know, got their back, and, you know, nature has your back. No, it doesn't. I'm so sorry, but it doesn't. The universe doesn't care. It's up to us. Again, it's neutral. Just like, where are my comments? There we go. Maybe. It's time for a new mouse. Everything is like breaking on me lately. It's because I've gained all this weight. I know it is. That's why the other chair broke. Because of my ass. Oh, prices going up. Yeah, all of my dad's stuff, you know, like PVC piping and all that stuff, you know, like copper wiring and stuff, you know, it's pretty expensive usually. I mean, you know, copper is very expensive. But I mean, even his stuff is going up insane amounts. My candles, for my spell candles for you guys, used to be $7, $8. Now they're $16. $16. And I'll show you the love one. So, this is the love one. Yep. I mean, they're worth it, I think, but wow. They went up that much. Almost $18. I'm like, geez. So spell work goes up. Okay, Careless, hi. God held, Ryan. Much love from Mars. Have a good day, everyone. What about God held? I don't want anything to do with another god. Wicca. Hi, Wicca. Wicca here. Do you know the name of the music in the background? How I use the Ouija board. You found that video? No, I don't. I don't. Like, let me get back to you. Email me if you want. Because I don't know. Kim. Hi, my Kim. Alright, watered down and fluffy version of the craft. Yeah, that's what it is. Gardner reminds me of a band who gets a hit song and they change their sound because of it. Not being true to themselves, which is basically what he did. Awesome videos as always good to see someone who respects the old craft and does their research. Yeah, I do. And does it because they are drawn to it and love it and respect it. That's the way it should be. Hugs to you, my sweet friend, my bestie. I love you so much. I do. And I get really irritated with other people trying to, you know, crisscross. Like, I'm very territorial with traditional craft. Like, I don't want it to be, you know, tainted with Wicca. So that's my problem. I don't want Wicca in with it. But it's obviously going to be, you know, coinciding with it in some shape or way or form. And it's like, no, it's not. Traditional witchcraft is not Wicca. It's far from Wicca. Traditional witchcraft it can be downright just a little bloody. But it is certainly not Wicca. So yeah, it is a watered down version. It's ridiculous. The partial sun, hi. Ooh, maybe try learning to cook Romanian food. Food is one way to get to someone's roots. It is too. With food, you can learn history, traditions, and customs, such as why people are things, and the significance of each dish. Yeah, that's very, very, very true too. Yeah, it's centered around food. The Italian side of me and the Romanian, Hungarian, big time. Tina J. Hi, my love. I'm getting this from 4 months ago, you guys. Mondays suck, lol. It's like a second Sunday. Quarantine. Isaac Brynam? Hello. Hi. Hola. Tina J. Wow, I am like so far behind in comments. But it's cool because it keeps like it just keeps popping up, so it just keeps coming and I keep getting all these new and amazing comments from you guys. So Tina J 428 exactly it was a violent world and still is actually. It's a very, very violent world. It is. I love the documentary on Vladimir Dracul. The whole story and the castle is quite breathtaking. It is, and people give him a bad rep. Everybody was like, no, Vlad was really evil and really mean. But you have got to consider the time that they lived in, and what he was doing was protecting his territory, his country. He was a leader. So people are like, well, he was evil. He was, he killed people. Look what the Christians did. There's no excuse. Anyway, you definitely won't want to be his enemy, that's for sure. No. Fear and Legends, very informative. Yes, exactly. I like the little snake. Number 5, my favorite, invite them, feed them, and kill them. Aww. 11:15, vengeance was real back then. Oh god, yes it was. Yes. Michelle Lahorn, hello, hello. Diane Hannon, hi. Yeah, Chico, looking handsome as always. Oh, thank you. He will appreciate that when I tell him that. My Kim, aw, glad to see Brittany and Amy with more shout-outs. They so deserve it, and so do you. Thank you, my love. Thank you for shouting me out, too, looking awesome as well. Always a great day. Oh, video. Happy... something. Happy Krampus something. Wow, that was 5 months ago, guys. Gustavo, my brother, hello. Smoky Shake. I love the little frog. Cute. Acosta Studio, shout out. Hi. Hey brother, thanks for this video. You're welcome. Shanti Oates, yes. Very interesting. Sky Sullivan, hi my love, how are you? Gustavo, my brother. Lisa Oaks. I love you guys. Alright, wow. There's just way too many comments. There's a ton. So. Alright guys, so I will see you all tomorrow. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Please be safe, stay healthy, as best as you can, and I love you guys, and thank you guys for all of your amazing comments. Incredible. So, alright, all my love, all the way from Venus, all the way back down. I can never do that right. Anyways, I love you guys very much, and thank you guys for watching, and have a good weekend, and I will see you all tomorrow.